Hello and welcome to the 60th FRBTS. It's been 5 years. I cannot believe it. This started as a way for me to share some of my exploits and adventures. And I've got very encouraging feedback over the years, so I kept doing it. I have to thank all my patrons for that, and all my subscribers, and all the folks who've bought libraries from me, and everyone who helped me in one way or another. It's a momentous moment. It's good. I'm very happy to be here for the 60th edition. And very fittingly, I'm in a place where I more or less started this. This is my theoretical backyard. It's half an hour drive from where I grew up in Romania. It's a very wild place, although it's managed by humans. There's a lot of human activity here. It's not ideal. It could be much more wild and untouched. There is logging here. I can't hear it right now, but I could hear it a bit a while back, a few moments ago. Even so, there's loads of wilderness here, loads of wildlife. There's bears and wolves and bison. There's a lot of wildlife, and it's what inspired me. I think maybe about 15 years ago, when I got an interest in field recording, I would drive up here, walk around for a bit, take some photos. It was an interesting reintroduction to the wilderness, and I've enjoyed it ever since. I keep coming back at least once a year, if not. This is like the third time I'm here this year, and I got some amazing recordings on this trip. I'm very impressed with how raw it can sound. I can just set up a drop rig somewhere, leave it there for 2 days, and I will get sounds like Ural owl, which is pretty rare and not that easy to see, especially not that easy to record. I got some lovely recordings of that in April. Just 2 days ago, I got some amazing recordings of tawny owl, a female calling at night, and ravens. There's loads of them around. I've located them, I've triangulated them to a small area, so I set up some supercardioid mics there and I recorded with them. So yeah, that's been 5 years, 60 monthly episodes of the Field Recording Behind the Scenes series. It's also been, actually this was maybe a month ago. I got a notification on YouTube that my channel was 9 years old. I completely forgot about that. I didn't really start to take my channel seriously until I think maybe 6 years ago. Even then I was posting once a month or something. Now I'm posting 3 times a week, if I can. I'm off to Papua New Guinea in a few weeks, and I don't think I'll be able to schedule too much material before I do go on that trip. And then from there I'm going to fly to Australia as well. I'm going to be away for 3 weeks. I have a feeling the algorithm is going to tank my numbers. It's fine. I don't feel pressured to upload content. I just do it because I enjoy it, and sometimes I have to pace myself because there's so much cool stuff happening, and I've got loads of recordings that I want to share with everyone. So yeah, that's 9 years on YouTube. That's not a round, it is in some way a round number. There's more than that though. Let me check my notes. That's been 10 years of libraries. My first library was released, I think it was July or June 2015. Woodland Atmosphere, some recordings from Scotland. I started taking recordings more seriously in Scotland when I was studying there at Edinburgh Napier University. And I would go out in the hills around Edinburgh, in the Pentland Hills, and in some areas around there. And I got a decent amount of recordings there, and that's when Asbjørn at Sound Effect asked me if I was interested in putting together a library. It was a learning experience, and it took me weeks, or even months maybe. But it's been a success. Yeah, I think that's still my best-selling library, and it needs an overhaul. Listening back to it, I can tell that it's not great. It could be better. Let's put it that way. It's not the worst library I've ever made, probably. But it could be better. The sun is shining through the trees now, and the hat is blocking the light on my face. There's more. Let me check my notes again. Yeah, so that means 10 years on a sound effect, 10 years of libraries. About 30 libraries. There's a few unfinished ones for sure. 2010 was when I started to do sound design and music composition and sound recording professionally. And I got my first paid gig around April time, and then from then on I just built on that. Because until that point, I was working very low-skilled jobs, low pay, and in my spare time I was doing sound design, music composition. I was very passionate about it, but it wasn't making any money for me, and my work was back-breaking stuff. I wasn't very happy with where I was. And then so 15 years of professionally doing this and 22 years of composing music, doing sound design. I did do a bit of sound recording as well back then when I started 2003, but it was mostly in the box. I was using Propeller Head Reason and Ableton Live, Cubase, whatever I could get my hands on, basically, making interesting music. For me, interesting, not for many people. I wasn't very successful. But that taught me a whole bunch of things, and it taught me that I really enjoyed the process of designing sound and collecting sound as well, and making interesting sonic experiences, telling stories, basically. I've worked hard to get here. It feels good. It feels good to make the 60th episode, and I'll keep doing it. Ideally, with your support, with the viewer support and the subscribers and the patrons. So I'll catch you next month.